Alright, hey again and welcome back to a new video. This video, something I've done before, or this type of video, something I've done before. So this is a coaching session more or less. Not that the player needs the coaching, but just whatever. I love to coach, I love to analyze game. I also could have analyzed my own game. Let me know if you're also interested in that. I would be more than down to do that. So I think coaching is just, everybody should rewatch their own rank game. So this is a rank game, everybody should rewatch them to analyze their own gameplay, to see what they could have done better, etc. And this player gave me permission to upload it, to analyze it, whatever. He's a good friend. And let's get into it. So what will I talk about? Coaching sessions, whatever. Just for you to know, I would also be down to analyze your gameplay. If you have any, if you want to get better, if you trust me, whatever, feel free to join my Discord server, share the match ID. So keep in mind, if you're playing ranked, you mostly need at least one diamond player in order to be able to replay it. But you also can just record your games. I just prefer the replay option because I can control the camera. I can do whatever I want with the cam. You will see what I do during the coaching session. This is gonna be a long one, probably. You know, I love talking, etc. See, even the intro is pretty long. So if you're interested in coaching, what are points I cover during coaching? So I want to talk, or I definitely want to talk, will talk about the team composition. So what do I think about the picks? What do I think about the draft? If it's possible for me to see the bans, etc. But if it's a rank game, or if you give me the match ID, I'm able to see the bans, I'm able to see what champions got banned, etc. And that's why I want to talk about it. So I talk about what are your picks, what are their picks, is it good, is it bad, what do you think, what are your jobs during that game in order to be successful, stuff like that. I talk about your loadout, like what do I think about your loadout, because sometimes there are some loadout cards, let's just say they are not as good as others, or there are some you definitely should use because they are really impactful. So I want to give advice what I think about them, or what I would say are good, bad cards, whatever. I talk about the items. I mostly, whenever I did coaching, I talked about the items in the beginning because the match hasn't started. Once the match started, I'm so in analyzing, I forgot about the items, but I try to look at the items as well and analyze them. Are they good? Are they fitting to the team comp? Because sometimes, especially if you're a new player, nobody expects you to know already what each item does. So sometimes you probably pick a item which is more or less useless in some situations. So that's why I talk about the items. And I give advice what items could have been better for you. Because if you get CC'd a lot but you don't buy resilience, then I probably would recommend to get some resilience, etc. You see where I'm going, right? So what characterizes your role in champion? So in this game we have an off tank, we also have a point tank. Really is playing Makoa. Makoa is the off tank here. So what is the role off tank? What is his job, and what has Makoa to do? I talk about this once we finally started. What's your goal during the match? What should Quality do during the match? And what should I, or what do I think should he have done, has done during the match? Stuff like that. Who should you protect? Where do you want to position? Where do you want to push in? What are some good routes you could take? All those kind of things. So analyzing your gameplay, what was good, what was not that good. Like, as you know, I said I'm also doing this for myself, so it's not like I'm only talking about the good points. I'm also talking about the bad points, and trust me, even in my gameplay, not saying I'm the best player, whatever, but also in my gameplay, I found things, or I find things being not that good. So that's why that's the good thing about it. Good thing about replaying and analyzing it, looking at the bad points to see what are things you can improve on, right? And I also like looking at your team's positioning to get a better understanding of the ideal match and the match overall. So it's nice to see what your positioning was, or how you did, and stuff like that. But it's also important to see how your team played around you, because this is really important to see, like, what does my team do when I do this? What does the enemy team do when I do this? So you get an understanding how impactful you can be, or what is impactful, what, I don't know, tasks are impactful for you, right? And I obviously want to talk about decision making, game sense, cooldown management, all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, really detailed, whatever, like really detailed coaching session. As I said, I don't think Quelly needs this, especially in Makoa. Quelly's one of the best Makoa players I know, and yeah, he's a good player overall, but as I said, it's still nice to analyze that. Like, also point out the good points, the bad points, sorry, for especially for newer players, I think, to see, that's good, you can do this. This was impactful, right? This was not as impactful, so maybe I should stop doing this, or maybe I should start doing this. And lastly, obviously, a summary of what I think about everything, what was good, what was bad. God, the intro is already so long. Let's get into it. Let's get started. Alright, as I said, I want to talk about the draft. I want to talk about the bans, etc. So first of all, the bans were Androxus 7 Kinessa on the one side on Quality's team, and the other bans were Sadi, Vatu, and Barrick on the enemy team. I think overall those bans are good for Frog Isle, or especially on Frog Isle. Like, 7 is currently in the spot where he could see some nerfs, I'd say, cause he's way too mobile, he's way too annoying to play against. So I understand the 7 ban. Same goes for Injustice, even though Injustice is or has always been a popular pick on this map. He has good opportunities to dive the flank, or go for the flank, dive the sniper, stuff like that. Kinessa, probably the better sniper currently than Strix, even though they also nerfed Nessa, so I'm not too sure about banning the popular sniper here. Definitely fine, cause it's way easier for your team to play around that, and you don't want to play against it, right? So Sadi ban, Vatu ban on the enemy team is also understandable. Sadi is pretty good, especially using her window of opportunity for the extra damage. She has it also pretty easy to shred tanks, especially against the Makoa here, right? Koa has a big hitbox, so it would have been really easy to hit those juicy headshots against that. Vatu pretty mobile on this map. You rather want mobile champions as a flank on this map. And Barrick banned the point tank. I mean, it worked out in our favor, even though the enemy team banned the Barrick. We took the Nando, so in my opinion, they kind of punished themselves with the bans. But let's talk about the team comps overall. So we having Nando and Makoa as Queldy on Queldy's team. This is like really old school tank lineup, right? Having Fernando as a point tank and having Makoa as the off tank on Frog Isle. This is like really old playstyle. I really like that. Like, you have a really strong tank line. This is already good backup for your team. Then as the damage dealers, we have Cassie and Koga. Cassie also pretty good pick on this map. Like, Cassie, you almost could pick Cassie on every map, I personally would say, but on Frog Isle, she's kind of popular, right? She doesn't have any damage fall off, so you can just stay behind, farm tanks, farm DPS, whatever you want to farm, whoever you want to farm, etc. Cassie good pick, as I said. Koga is the flank is okay, I'd say. Like, there probably could have been better picks, or we could have decided, like, as you can see, I played the Nando on this match. We could have decided to maybe go for a different flank, but I think Koga is definitely okay on this map. And as the healer, Ayo, also one popular healer. Ayo has gotten picked a lot on this map, and I think it's understandable, right? She used to have her dog to cap on this map, but they took it out, so it's still a good pick. You can hide Luna behind pillars to make sure the enemy team can't kill Luna, so you can keep that heal for your point tank or for the flank routes wherever you want to place her. Ayo has the opportunity to just peek, get behind cover, and keep healing the ally she wants to heal. And I think it's a good matchup here. I think that's a good team composition. Let's talk about the enemy team. So, starting with the tanks again, Terminus and Rom. I think it's a good tank lineup for them, actually. Like, Terminus is really annoying to play against because he has a siphon, right? So you can't destroy the siphon. This is pretty good. Rom gets a lot of value here because we don't have that much CC to stop him. We only in some way have Makoa hook. But what is better for us here is we have the Cassie. Cassie farms ROM usually. I think, I'm not too sure, but I think the Cassie, let's see, the Cassie didn't pick Exaction or Big Game. Usually would have, or you would go Big Game or Exaction to farm the ROM. But I think it still can work out, so. But usually you wouldn't pick the ROM into the Cassie. I don't even remember anymore how we picked, in what order, etc. But usually you wouldn't do it, but it doesn't mean that you can't make it work, right? So ROM is also good off tank, especially because we don't have that much CC to sub him. He mostly can run freely. If he decides to go DR, let's check, he's going to go Subservience, but he can still be impactful, right? Then let's look at the DPS. Lian is really good on this map. She gets a lot of value here, especially because there's no sniper. So usually Lian gets low-key countered by snipers, but you also can counter snipers with Lian, so it's a little bit confusing. But if you have a good sniper, I think the sniper has the opportunity to kill Lian before Lian kills the sniper, or the sniper pressures Lian a little bit more, but it always depends on the skill of the players, right? But Lian, overall, good champion here. She gets a lot of damage amp over the range because she's playing Eminence, even though it's a little bit bugged. It doesn't work every time, but Lian definitely good pick here. And Xin, I'm not the biggest fan of Xin on Frog Isle. He mostly struggles to dive perfectly, or to actually dive. He doesn't have that much range. He's not as mobile as other champions, but he definitely has escape abilities, which is good here. But I'm not the biggest fan of Xin here. And Dumba. Dumba is a good support, I'd say. Let's look at the levels of resilience, or let's look at the levels of CC they have on their team. So Lian doesn't have any CC, Xin has CC but can't get countered by resilience. Rom has his ult, Term has his Shadowfall, depending on what legendary he picks. He either has a slow or a stun, and they have Dumba. I think that's fine to pick the Dumba here for the CC to force us to get resilience. I think that's a good pick. Dumba falls off in late game a little bit more than IO, I'd say. So our team, Quality's team, let's just say Quality's team should have the opportunity in late game, healing wise and also CC wise, because Dumba also falls off because of the CC, right? But he's definitely a good pick. You definitely could pick it. Alright, as you can see, this is gonna be a long one. But let's talk about the loadout. Let's talk about Quality's loadout. I'm not too sure where it is. There it is. Alright, strong arm level 5. Let's check the legendary first. Playing plug, alright. Strong arm level 5. I think that's good, right? You play around your hook, you play around your plug, you play around the damage amp, whatever. So that's why you decrease the cooldown of your dredge anchor as much as possible. So I like it. Then next card, Determination. To be honest, that's like, I love that. That's free rejuvenate. I think every Makoa player should put it at least on level 3, but I think even on level 5, on level 5 it's just so good. It's so good. Get Determination 5, get full rejuvenate. You get so much heals when being low. I like that. I love it. Rampage, increase your movement speed by 32% for 4 seconds after getting a limb, making sure you can keep rolling. I also can imagine putting Surf on a higher level, like swapping Rampage and Surf. Like, I personally prefer to run Surf on a higher level nowadays, because you could also get lethality. So as you can see, my idea would be to increase my dash distance and lower the movement speed again, because I could pick lethality. But I think it's personal preference, right? So putting Rampage, putting the movement speed increase on level 4 and putting the dash distance increase on level 1, completely fine. And filler card, Salvage, you want to make sure that if you hit your hook that you get your ammo and you're not sitting there hitting the hook and then, yeah, but what do I do now? I don't have any ammo left, right? So I think it's a good loadout. I personally like it. I personally would run app and whatever it's called, cooldown reset on your dash, but again, personal preference. I think overall it's a good loadout. Let's check the items. Do we have items? Resilience, I think that's understandable, right? You have the Dumba. Makoa's probably going for the backline. So I see Resilience is a good pick here. You want to make sure that you don't get CC'd over and over again, and that you actually have the opportunity to kill the Dumba. and because of the ROM ult. That's about it. All right, what's Quality's job in this match? All right, let's actually, before we start, can I get out? I can't. Okay, never mind. We don't go out then. We just stay where we are. I wanted to show the map from above and talk about what I think where you should start, etc. But whatever. Quality should definitely play Ram side and to start on, and he should go for the backline, pressure the Lian, pressure the Dumper. That's so far what I can say here, because we have a point tank, right? Point tank is more or less supposed to go on point in the beginning. We have our Cassie who can deal damage. We have our Koga who can go with Makoa, but the Koga definitely has the advantage over ROM. As an off tank, usually you fight off tank versus off tank, but having ROM and Koga is a little bit different. ROM is doing something else than the typical off tank stuff, but Quali should go for the backline. That's about it. Let's go. Let's pause later on again. And let's see where he starts and whatever. Let's analyze it. Let's have some fun, right? Alright, as you can see, he's going Ram side. That's pretty good. Let's pause here and let's go above and check where everybody is going. Can I go up? I can. Alright, so who's dead? Who's dead? Is it the Koga? It is. Okay. We have the Koga going with the Makoa on Ram side. I somehow I can't go down. I don't know why I can't go down. This is like a little bit unfortunate. Now I'm so far in the air, but whatever. So we see Makoa going Ram side with the Koga. Cassie is probably staying behind C, as you can see. I think Cassie could also position here or here because she's playing against a Lian, and Lian has the advantage over Cassie, but I think usually it's a good spot. You still can stay here and make it work, right? It's not supposed to sound like it's a terrible spot. It's still a good spot for Cassie. Cassie sitting up there, not worrying about the sniper, only worrying about Lian, is almost safe here. And Io sitting here. I personally prefer as a support to start here, put dog on point, especially as Io, put dog on point and stay here, because here I can heal the point tank and my backline DPS. But I think that's still a good place, right? They don't have a sniper, so it's safe. Usually you wouldn't play there because of snipers, but not having any sniper, not having to worry about it, it's a good place. Also, she has it easier to drop and maybe hear the off tank, whatever. So overall, I think our team positioning is pretty good. Let's look at the enemy's team positioning. I can see why ROM is dropping here. I still don't like it. I still think you should go Ram side. It's just maybe he wants to go behind, right? ROM should also go behind, whatever, but he doesn't want to face the Makoa because Koa usually have the advantage because of the hook. But if ROM is playing Servians and gets a lot of soul armor, especially he's able to farm Makoa's head, I wouldn't always say that ROM loses it against the Makoa. Like, especially in the beginning of the fight, I think it's pretty even, and maybe ROM also has the advantage over Koa, especially in early game. Term is a little bit late. That's a little bit unfortunate for the enemy team. Lian sitting up here, cause maybe she saw the Cassie early and wants to fight the Cassie, but I still think like she probably has more range where she is now than here. But I still think Lian should also start here. But it's personal preference, right? You can start here. I don't really like where Xin is playing. I think Xin also should play Ram side. Xin is playing like a DPS here. Xin is not really going for the flank. Xin is playing as a DPS and trying to farm point more or less. So Lian definitely has the range to farm the backline or go for the backline, right? That's probably why Xin is playing point, but I don't like it. I don't like it. Lian still can go for the point, because usually you ignore point in the beginning, more or less. You try to pressure the DPS players. And Xin definitely should have gone Ram side to make sure Makoa and Koga don't have a free game. Like, look at them. They can push up until here, and then they will face the ROM. And the ROM is about to drop. So I think our team has the better positioning here. Let's keep playing. Waiting for the Koga, turning around, going for the ROM. Like, see? I like that. He's immediately going for the ROM and the healer. I like that. Quali saw or heard that Dama dropped. I don't know why Dama missed the snake. But see, it worked out perfectly. We got the pick. Quali had a free game here. He didn't have to worry about the ROM. The ROM went out and let the Dama alone. And Lian died somehow. Didn't look at the kill feed. I like that, hiding, getting healed, waiting for everybody else to push up. Now we start zoning, right? I'm on the Nando, if I haven't said that. Like, just shielding my quality here. So quality has the free game to pressure them, right? Core does a little bit more damage to dismount them, or he has it easier to dismount. Let's pause again. Like, that's why I shielded him. I wanted him to be able to stay up and keep applying pressure, dismount them, whatever. So if he doesn't take any damage, he has no reason to retreat, to back up, right? So that's why I decided to push up to shield him, because we pushed the enemy team back, we got the pick. So Io could go on point. You want the enemy, not the enemy, you want the point tank to push up when you push the enemy team back. So the support is about to capture and push the card. Let's check where everybody's positioning. Like here, okay, I'm going more or less the flank route. I probably should have played main, but that's not about me, that's about quality, right? So Kogas is playing flank route, Cassie's playing mid or whatever, but she's turning for the fight here. I like that, that's good. Io's the last one, Io's the support pushing the card. I really like that. I think where they are positioning is also fine. Now Zin is playing ramp. He should have done that earlier. Only because ramp was free, quality was able to get the pick on Dama, and we were able to capture the point, because if Dama dies, if the support dies, everybody else dies, right? I like that, how he's always trying to go for the Dama, trying to look for the support. Now he is shielding. Yeah, that, I remember that was actually disgusting. We pocketed our AU so badly. We babysit her so badly. That was so unlucky for them. Okay, that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's go up and yeah, but going there for the IO and protecting her and making sure that she doesn't get killed by the ROM. I like that. Let's wait for quality to be back. We're still fighting here, trying to protect the IO. And we got the term. He actually overextended to kill her. Now we're pushing, keep pushing. Quality's back. Alright, let's see. Quality again going in as the first one. I really like that. Quality has a really aggressive playstyle, but he's able to, right? He has the skills to do that. Also, he's playing Makoa. Turning around for the ROM. Trying to hook him. I like that. So he was turning around to make sure ROM doesn't farm our backline. I like that. Now he's hiding to heal out of court. Should have gotten a heal there. I don't know if Io died or whatever. I like the hook on Term, because to break Term Siphon. Now I wish Quelly would get a heal so he's able to go for the flank. He should start or could play against flank on flank route again. I wanted to say pressure the gun. Yeah, talking about this. I like that shield, perfectly timed. Alright, just kill the term here. I like that Quality never lets or leaves his support alone, that he's turning around for the support, whatever. He's looking for the hook here. Everybody does that, right? So that's fine. Now he should play right side with the Koga. Oh yeah, I'll go for the hook. If he would have hit that hook, that's also fine. I personally prefer to play where. Let's go to Cassie. I personally prefer as the off tank to play here, but it's definitely good to also have someone pressuring from behind, right? Because Termis is protecting everybody here, so Quelly is going around trying to pressure them from behind. So that's pretty good, I say. Again, going for the Damba or the Zin, whatever. See, and he gets CC'd over and over again, more or less. So that's why he picked Resilience. That's why Resilience is such a good pick for him. Alright, and somehow I cancelled my recording, so I had to skip forward again. Or to start again. I somehow broke the replay. That was weird. Alright, what I was about to say was that Now Quelly's playing here, this side, right? Because now we're about to push in. We want to make sure that we actually are able to push it in. That's why the support keeps backing up a little bit, and the pointing is on point. So the support is not supposed to eat damage, right? That's the job of the tanks, and the pointing is supposed to make sure to touch at the overtime and to be on point, eat damage for the team. Because if anybody of the enemy team is able to shoot the support, that's like, then that's the job of the pointing, to go on point, prevent the support to eat damage. The support is only supposed to stay as long on the point as nobody is able to shoot the support. So now we rotated. Like you could see, Quelly was playing card more or less last time, trying to go around, do some damage from behind. I was playing here to shield my team, right? I have the stronger team, or I have the stronger shield to protect my team. And now that we are about to push it in, we're having overtime, we need someone to stay on point. That's my job. I needed to rotate, or Quelly knew that I needed to rotate, that no one is going to be on right side. So now Quelly is playing this side, right? I really like that, the rotation. Now he's going for the flank more or less. Got the pick, got the trade on the Lian. That's fine, right? Sometimes it's only about going for trades. And let's keep watching from here. I think we are not able to push it in. Yeah, we lost our support, so this is only a matter of time when we will lose it. Can just watch it, how I'm dying here slowly. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's check the items. Finished up wrestle. I like that. That's good, right? You, as an off tank and pointing, you want to make sure you're really vulnerable to CC, right? That's why you want to make sure you get resilience if there's any CC on the enemy team. So I like to finish that up in order to be able to not get out by the dumbbell or get killed by the enemy team when he gets feared or stunned. So that's a good item pick. I like that. And again, where does he want to start on? Definitely Ramside. Ramside was free last time, worked out pretty well for us, so I expect him to try to go Ramside again. Let's see. Okay, now we decided to go immediately for the Ron because we saw him. And we're not playing point, right? So one thing many people think point tank is always supposed to go on point. Now that's not true, but we recognized how the tanks were always going for our eye or for our backline. That's why I decided to group up and try to protect them together and just focus them down, because the enemy tanks were overextending a lot to get the pick or kill on Aya or Cassie in that case. But as you can see, they were going really aggressive, and yeah, Term is not playing point either. So that's, you could say, well, I'm supposed to go on point then because free cap, right? But we just want to make sure that the Term dies here. We want to show, if you want to push our backline, if you want to go in and leave point, yeah, this is gonna be annoying for you. So yeah, at this point I think, I don't know, Quelly could have pushed up because it was almost, I mean, we almost had that pick here. Alright, so now Quelly can push up more or less. I should go on point here at this point. Oh, actually, yeah, I like that. He's going for the backline. I like that. Didn't know that Lian was going that deep. It's good that he's turning around for that Lian. Wasting her ult. Like, I really like that he waited that until her ult went out. He could have shielded, actually. He could have shielded so that they shield. Like, I don't know if he saw that no one would die here from Lian ult, or was it only the thought of, well, Lian is not ulting me because she's not looking at me. I don't know. He could have used his, actually, let's check if he had his cooldown up. Yeah, he did. So he could have used his shield in order to protect his team. So shield around the Lian. So even if Lian is ulting, she only hits inside the shield. And I think he also was healthy enough to tank the Lian ult, even if she would have hit her. Okay, now we get pushed back pretty badly. I like the pick on on term. He has ult. Alright. I think he wanted to ult. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. Right, that's a reset. That's their pawn. Can't do anything here. They did a good job distracting our backline, distracting Quality, right? I mean, Quality had to go for that. Quality had to go to protect our backline. Because you don't want to leave our Cassie alone there, right? But they did a good job there. Or the Lian actually did a good job. Going for the hook here, I like it. I like that, going for the Lian, even though I'm not the biggest fan of starting on main here. Could have just went around, maybe. That's like my personal preference, I don't like. I'm sure or now that I always do that as often as well, but I think the better play probably, or maybe would have been to already go around, try to go for the Dama, but he got the pick on Lian, so that's fine. Unlucky, yeah. I think Quelly should have known that the hook would pull Dumba. But I always do that as well, right? Going for the hook, even though I know, well, they probably get stuck. But in theory, you should go for that hook there. Because you know that he gets stuck there and he wastes your CD. And we try to back, to regroup. Like, see, we need to back up, we need to regroup. I like that Quelly's not going in, he's playing behind cover or around cover, always peeking to shoot and always get behind cover again if he needs to reload or whatever, if he needs to get healed. You could say now he needs to wait to get healed. There you go, he gets healed, he waits until then. See, Quelly is never exposing himself fully. He's always peeking, shoulder peeking, whatever you want to call it, when he wants to shoot. I like that. Stun off the god, keeps CCing him, right, that's really good. That's why Core is so good against Term, can break his Siphon. And obviously we had the Lunar Sun, right, but even without Lunar Sun I think we would have killed him. Now pushing up, going for the hook here again. Yeah, probably. He should play, could play, not should, he could play a little bit more aggressive, but it's easier to hold that spot than playing ramp. If we wanted to play fully aggressive, I would have pushed up a little bit more too. Quelly would have pushed up until ramp. Our DPS also would have pushed up a little bit more until here. Keep the enemy team back as far as possible, but that's like really risky. If you get pushed back or if you push too far, it's pretty easy for the enemy team to kill you. So we decided to play a little bit safer. I like that. Just showing you what we could have done as well, right? We didn't need, or we don't need to play that passive or that safe. We also could have played really aggressive there, but I think that's fine. Well, he's always waiting for turn to be low and then going for the hook. I like that. And now he's just fighting the wrong, but he doesn't want to push too far because he probably knows that the rest of the enemy team is not there, like was back there, so no need for him to expose him fully or to push because they already push up too far. Alright, let's see. I think Ice played a little bit too aggressive there. As you can see, she took a lot of damage, right? She was half or full HP, almost full HP, and she played here on point, and you can see how much damage she took. So she was a little bit too aggressive here. I like the Cassie positioning. Now we just try to back and go for the Xin. You can see how aggressive the Xin is playing. Xin should get punished, but you know, it's Xin, so I'm not even sure if we get the pick or not, because Xin has like... Oh yeah, we got the pick, that's good. I ulted to save the IO because we want to make sure that they don't push it in. Right. Well, he is playing point more or less, but he doesn't want to go in fully. So that's fine. I think he could have, like... I think sometimes maybe he's playing too much on point, but that's like... I don't know, on a high level you wouldn't go on point there because there's like a point tank already. So probably would go around that frog stage or whatever, but it's completely fine to play this way, I think. Items, veteran, yeah, good pick on Makoa, right? Increase his HP as much as possible, a good pick. What else does he want? What else could he pick? Maybe some Regi later on, maybe some veteran to be really hard to kill. But I think veteran good pick here. Now he could decide actually if he wants to go left, but he goes right again. Because they also the Lian pushed in from left side, so if he wants to do that, he lets the Rom alone. Because last time we lost the point because Rom distracted us, and the rest, or the tanks. Actually, last time it worked for them because both tanks played so aggressive, and I think that's the issue of the DPS. The DPS didn't punish it enough. As a tank, you don't have enough pressure to punish that. Our DPS should have punished that because both tanks played way too aggressive. Again, you can see how aggressive they play, but Quelly probably adapted to that and knew, well, yeah, they would always do the same again. If we don't, or we can't kill the tanks in time because our DPS don't punish it, that's not to blame them for whatever the reasons. Not saying it's a skill issue, but he doesn't have, or he's not as impactful as the DPS to punish the tanks, so he decided to do the same, play aggressive here, go with the Koga. I actually liked it because last time we ended up killing the tanks, but we needed a lot of time, and while we were killing the tanks, the enemy team or the enemy DPS pushed up, and that's why we lost that point. So I like that play from Quelly here. He also has ult, there it is. I like that. Going for the Dumba here, pull him out of the guard, go for the extra damage with the dash, and see. Now it's working out, only because Quelly decided, I don't know if Koga pushed in because Quelly pushed in, but because Quelly decided to play here and also go for the play on the backline, and to be honest, I think, yeah, Quelly has more potential to get a pick here than they have. Like, they have Rom and they have Term, so maybe with Rom ult, but Koa is one of the best tanks. I think he's the best tank to get a pick, right? Ignore Khan ult, whatever, just because of his hook. So Quelly has the better, or has the advantage if it comes to who gets the first pick, right? So that's why I really like that Quelly went for that pick, or went for that play, because he wanted to make sure the DPS can't push up or can't follow up the space their tanks made. Now he's getting behind cover, clean cauterize. He wants to make sure Xin doesn't push in. I think he actually could have went for the Lian. He saw her being low, but he probably didn't know where Dama was, and maybe would have overextended. Probably, yeah, he actually did good there. I thought he could have pushed up a little bit more, but I think that's fine. It's good to take the safe play here, actually. Alright, getting back. There we go, using that shield to clean the cauterize, I really like that. And now he should go on flank routes, either left side or right side, not playing around point. I like that. Alright, we need to back up, we need to get healed. I really like that pick there on that hook in order to save me, to make sure we don't lose the point tank. It's unfortunate that he got picked there. He should have gotten the heal. I think no one else needed that. Here, just ulting to make sure they don't get the picks on us, so we can. Yeah, that's unlucky. That's a reset here. That's a reset. Get the pick on Xin. Now he should reset. Get behind cover to don't stagger, and he does exactly that. So if your team dies one by one, right, you want to make sure you don't stagger, you want to make sure that you can regroup. And Quelly went for the kill on Xin with his hook, and then he... Yeah, Lian should get punished. Okay, there we go. And then he backed up. As soon as he got the pick, he didn't try to go for more picks, he just needed to get one pick, or wanted to get one pick, and then he decided to get behind cover, to don't stagger. Now you can see he's not playing point. He doesn't want to play around point. Oh, I think he just plays point here to rotate, or you get the term. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, even though he's playing point, even when I say, yeah, he's playing point, whatever, he is not playing as the point tank here, and he's not playing it bad or wrong, right? So he is playing on point to get picks. He's not playing there to push the car, whatever. It's weird to explain. I mean, yeah, but he is like, he's not focused on the point. He was playing here because the enemy team was here, and as soon as he got the picks, he pushed up, right? So that's the difference between staying in point or playing point and only trying to pressure them back and doing off-tank stuff. Yeah, we got that pick, going for the second DPS pick. We should have it pretty easy to push the card pretty far here because they don't have DPS players to push us back. Getting healed. He sees me playing left side, so he decides to probably play right side. I like that. Unfortunate. I don't know if he wanted to body block the Koga there, but he probably had lower levels of resilience, so that's fine. I like that play. Actually, he saw Koga getting feared, and even if he gets feared too, but if there's a second player who's able to tank some damage so Koga doesn't get like 100% of all the damage, is a good play there. And Quelly knew he had resilience 3, so he probably wouldn't die to that. I like that. He was confident. Playing around dog here. Here, I think he needed to go closer to the ROM. He could have played around dog, like staying in here and just peeking, because he doesn't have like any damage fall off on that range. No need to get the close. I like that he pushed or that he peeked to kill this in, but then he could have stayed here. Also, he could have went back a little bit, see, and he still, like here you could say, well, yeah, you can't hit the ROM, but if he goes back a little bit, he still can hit the ROM, right? So that's what I preferred there, but whatever. Here, I would like if he turns around, or not I would like, he probably would turn around for the Lian. You saw how low Lian was. Probably would have been the better pick here. Like, see now where she is. She's full again for some reason. Maybe she gets the pick on Io, I don't even know. But if he would have turned around, would have picked the Lian there, would have been a little bit better for us, I think. Because we already have like Cassie, Koga on point, I'm on point. Focusing them down more or less. Oh, Dama's positioning is awful here. Dama should never drop if you have like players up. The support should never drop then on point. Okay, that's working out. The what? Quality? Oh, he died. I can't play it back, but did he use his shield? I don't know if he did. Did he use the shield at some point? He just took the ult. Okay, yeah, I don't know. If he had his shield up, he definitely should have used that shield there. Yeah, and see, probably, again, I didn't pay any attention to the kill feed, but Lian probably got the pick on Io. So if you can see, it's a minor mistake, or it's a minor thing, which actually had a lot of impact here. But I mean, in a match, it's always rough, alright? Maybe he didn't saw her. I'm not sure, but she should have been able. But yeah, whatever. Okay, let's see if we are able to push it in. No. Okay, that's actually, I didn't recognize why we played this game, but that's like, I mean, it's not guaranteed that we push it in if Quelly decides to just get that one shot on Lian, because at that point, I think Lian would have been low enough to kill her with one shot. We probably would have been able to push it in, actually. That's actually surprising. Also, right, he should have used the shield, but I'm not sure if he did or not, I don't remember. So if it was on cooler, then okay, whatever, he couldn't do anything, but it looked like he was going in. So that was a little bit weird, but whatever. Alright, here on, let's look at the items again. There we go. Rejuvenate, as I said, see, he could get some rejuvenate. It stacks up with determination, so I really like that. Make sure Io has it easier to keep him healed, get him to full HP earlier. He has ult, playing right side again, I like that. Now they changed their playstyle, the tanks are not going as aggressive. Wait, where's Term? Never mind, okay. Yeah, whatever the fuck Term is doing there, I don't know. But he plays it correctly, right? Maybe, I don't know if I called out that Term is going behind, but there's no need for him to turn around at this point because we have like our DPS. Cassie should turn around as soon as I call it out. Where's Koga? Okay, Koga's staying here, right? So I like that Quelly is keep playing this side, trying to apply pressure. We got a pick. As soon as we got a pick, he goes in. Koga as well. I really like that aggressive play. So he has ult to make sure we can keep applying pressure. There we go. Should be able to get the pick on Rom, maybe. I don't know why he stopped swinging at the Rom. That is whatever. Alright, that's a reset here. Let's go up. Let's look how they play it actually. Dama playing point. I like that. See, now they push up. Dama's playing point. Leon playing right. Xin should play left. Xin should actually play this angle here, not with the Rom. He should play this angle. Or the other way around. TVS should swap. Are we able to touch? Let's see. He knows I had touch. Yeah, they messed up their zoning so badly. No way. They had that. We would have lost that. They messed up their zoning. And now he pushes up to get the pick because he knows I'm on point. We have our DPS behind, Aya behind. So he wants to push up to apply the pressure to zone if possible. They lost that because they messed up their zoning, to be honest. They didn't dismount me. Yeah, let's pause that. I don't even know if I can see like after round stats. I can't, okay. I try to blend in the stats here. Let's check the stats. As I said, I try to blend them to show them on screen. But summarize whatever. They definitely lost that last point because of their zoning. I don't know if what happened there, why they got pushed back that badly, or why they retreated that early. But they definitely mess up their zoning. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Did the Term die? I don't remember. If Term died because he was going that aggressive and was riding behind, then that you could say that's Term's fault because he wasn't there to zone. Because I remember Rom, Lian, and Xin, right? And Dama was on point, so they had one player less than we had. Or like 2 players, right? You always zone like 4v5, but now they zone like 3v5. They didn't have the range, more or less, you could say. But that's not true. They had like Lian, Rom, Xin. They just messed up their zoning. They lost because of the zoning. You could say that's their fault. But I mean, we also lost the push because that's like over dramatic, right? You could say we lost the push because we didn't get the pick on Lian earlier, but whatever. That's like over dramatic. Look at the stats don't even matter that much, but Quelly went like 15, 7, and 18, so really impactful. Summarize his playstyle or his gameplay. You can see Quelly's a really aggressive player. He's really aggressive on the core, but I like that. I think there was not like much he could improve, or like, as I said, he doesn't really need that coaching, whatever, but I think it's also good to point out the good things so you can see what did he good, right? I think overall cooldown management, whatever, it's good, right? I don't have to tell you that, or I don't have to tell Quelly that his cooldown management is good. He's like a GM player on tanks, so I don't have to talk about the cooldown management. Always used the shield when he was low, he dashed out, and whatever, he tried to clean corner-wise with his shield. He went around for squishies. He always went for the squishies if possible with a hook, so he was not over-focusing in tanks. He only went for tanks when Term was already low to break his siphon, or when, I don't know, did he go for Rom when he activated his run? I think he wasn't close when Rom tried. So overall cooldown management is fine. The items, I like them, as I said. So anything else he could have picked, maybe Veteran, maybe Haven, but I think overall the items were good. Probably would have picked the same items there. I like the aggressive playstyle. I like that he adapted to their push on second. So when they all decided, or when the tanks decided to go in, he decided to... Oh, the second point, when both tanks went in and we turned around, tried to kill them all together, and the DPS pushed up, made us lose the point, and he adapted to that on the third to push them back and or do the same thing. So the tanks were in our backline, but he went for their backline, and as I said, he has like better pick potential, so it was clear that we will win that if he gets the pick. So I really like that. What should I say? As you can see, like really long coaching and whatever, but as I said as well, if you're interested in coaching as well, whatever, if you want to get coached as well, join the Discord. There's a channel where I explain everything what you have to do in order to get the coaching or whatever. Let me know if you're also interested in me rewatching my own rank gameplays or rewatching them from my POV. Let me know if you're interested in seeing more of Quelly, maybe, because we did a lot of rank games. I don't know how long I'm able to replay them, but let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could learn something from it, and thanks for watching. I hope you will have a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever time it is, and always remember, don't forget, you guys are awesome. Bye bye.